my dad took me to this school because he knew this mzee, and this mzee understands human beings. So this mzee amesomea majuu, ameishi majuu. Haamini na hii style ya kupigwa, ya kupiga watoi. So now I'm in this school. It's a better school in as far as hakuna ile unyama ya patch. But now there's the opposite of hakunanga consequence huku. This guy is American, educated American, everything. So you have grades for class, alafu kuna grades za behavior. So unakutana na msee umefanya kitu ya ufala na kuambia, Dennis, I give you a demerit. Like, hey, wasi bro. Demerit. Bring them. Demerit ndio kusema nini. So then my parents are supposed to go home, look at my grades, look at my demerits, and then tell me, oh, you should do better. But sasa nimeanza kuharibika. So now I'm in a school I enjoy being.
You've been given too much freedom.
I don't even know, like I'm out of control. Because I don't really have a framework for reference. Niko tu. So I'm in a better school, we eat better, there's few kids, hooray. This is a small school, maybe 200 guys. And then kuna vijana wabaya. So because the school is funded by a psychologist, all the guys with mad kids are bringing their kids here. Wale watu walichoma mashule Kenyaga, their kids are here.
Whoa.
Yeah, wale watu wamefukuzwa Breban, Braeside, shule zote. They are here. Now I'm with these kids, bro. And now I'm like, okay, cool. So this is what we have to do till KCSE. Let's do what we do. Sasa nimeanza kujua pombe vizuri, fegi vizuri. Sasa nimeingia poa. And then because of my biology, I take to it like a fish to water. Yani nikishika pombe, from the first day, nikiwa mtoi, nilikuwa nakunywa kuliko kila msee. Navuta fegi kuliko kila msee. And so my high school journey, sasa from 3, ni hiyo tu, just getting along, running away from doc, trying to get some liquor, trying to get some cigarettes, writing more raps, designing t-shirts, same old game. From 3. Nikakula suspension. Siku moja, tumeingia shule tuko maji. Tulienda show. Tumeingia shule tuko maji, nimekula suspension. Tumekunywa, bro, pombe ingine ilikuwa inaitwa China number 1. Wah! But they booze me up, drank a factory, bro. Tumekunywa China number 1, maze tumeingia shule tuko kangara mbaya. And then when you're a kid, you think you can hide, you know. Unajua ni OG. Then me right now I can look at someone even in their stone sober nikwambia ni mlevi. Hata saa zile hajakunywa. So we get to school, I get suspended. Like, okay. My parents are mad, it's whatever. Back to school, same routine, nothing new. Uzuri wa Karenga hata sasa kuna TV. Kuna radio nini. So unaingia kwa mziki vizuri. But now I start becoming like a bad kid. Too wheezy. You know, all this nonsense that comes with teenage. And I guess it's okay, but there are things which I think are terrible, like stealing is wrong. I think that's it's very low. Yeah, you should not steal. Yeah. So I start doing all these funny things, and then I get to Form 4. Form 4, same old. I think I catch another suspension. I have teachers there who believe in me, but I'm not working on my potential. I'm just doing good at the subjects which I became good at in Primo, English, social ethics, V2 basic. Then I get to KCSE, then I get a C- in KCSE. So I've done terribly, of course. And again, I'm floating. I don't know where I belong. I had an identity crisis for a very, very, very long time. In this school, you didn't have the last 2 schools that you've been to, I've not heard you talk about a friend you had. In Patch, my friend Wamai was one of my closest friends. In Patch. And Maze had some friends. Sami Moricho was my closest friend also, was one of my closest friends. Sami Moricho. And yeah, I think Wamai and Moricho were my best friends in Patch. For real? Yeah. It's crazy. Yeah, then life ikatupeleka hivi, but sasa uzuri ya, you see, ukitembea fiti bila kukanyaga wase, even if you don't link for 10 years when you meet, alafu wanaume sisi kama madem, we don't have to talk every day. we can be good na tuongeangi kila siku, you know. Unaweza shika tu simu wewe mbwa ini aje. Uko fiti. Tukutane. It's easy like that.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, so Patch was quite lonely for me. Terribly lonely. Karengata was nicer, but still, like I'm saying, niko na identity crisis. I don't feel like I belong anywhere. Kabisa. So I do Form 4. By this time now, I've just given into the whole thing. I drink, I smoke, I do whatever I can.
Let me say this, DNA, your story is so confusing because I'm trying to find the root of your problem. By the time I'm doing a CTA, I've already discovered the root of this person's problem. That's going to lead them to whatever. With yours, I'm like, listen to your upbringing, your homestead sounds thingy. The only place I'm hearing a woo is when they moved you to Patch.
Yeah.
I can see what them moving you to Patch did.
Yeah.
It was too much of a culture shift.
Okay.
But I'm trying to figure out
my childhood traumas.
Yeah,
I think I skipped over them maybe.
Okay, because I'm like, it doesn't sound like your childhood foundation should have been strong enough that Patch shouldn't have destroyed you.
No, it was not. It was flimsy.
Okay.
And I went through some things as a toddler that I won't speak on.
Okay, and you don't have to speak on what you don't want to speak on.
Yeah.
Okay.
I won't speak on, but later I came to realize, this is why I was messed up inside.
Okay.
This is why my head was messed up. But I didn't know. So I keep going. You have this darkness, you have this sadness inside you that you can't explain.
Okay.
But you just normalize it because what else is there? So you have a deep sadness that comes and goes. First time I saw a psychiatrist, I think I was like 15 or 16. They put me on Xanax, I think.
What?
Yeah, bro. I took some, I was like, this is crazy, the feeling. I never liked Xannies. I don't even understand how guys pop Xans for fun. I threw them away. So, yeah, so when I look at it, it's my brain. It's my brain. Kuna watu wakona issues of sugar or cholesterol. We know very little about how our brains work. And so even when we deal with like addiction and stuff like that, we don't supplement what is missing physically. So for me... Biologically. Like there are guys who eat a lot of salt. Just you see like, kula chumvi mingi. They have a sodium deficiency. So for me, some of this childhood stuff, I didn't know how deeply it affected me.
Okay.
And then I didn't speak to anyone about it. I didn't know what to say or what to do. So unaishi na wazazi wazuri, but hawajui pia wewe kitu iko kwa maisha yako. So even them, they can't help you. And you can't help yourself because you don't understand your own traumas.
I get it.
Man, you just took me somewhere crazy, bro. I never even thought. By the way, God is good, bro. Human beings can overcome anything. Anything. Any single thing you go through, you can overcome. Yeah. So, I guess, this stuff, maybe my experiences as a child screwed me up. But because of my appearance and being chubby and all these, people thought me, umse ako tu sawa, but had this deep sadness inside. Ever since I was young, ever since I was like 5-6 years old, for real, I had a deep sadness, very deep sadness. I would sit by myself. Once in standard 8, my parents told me, if you don't do well in your exams, we'll go to Mombasa and we'll leave you. I was like, God damn, simuishie. I want to be alone. I had this deep sadness and would desire to be alone. It still haunts me to this day, I must say, sometimes. I have a preference for being alone that is a little bit unhealthy. But I've also gone through very many difficult things, very many bad things. And then maybe I created walls around myself. But when you tell me this now, I see so clearly it's a straight line. Damn, I wish I could speak on this, bro.
No, it's all you. By the way,
but I understand. No, bro, you're a genuine guy, and I can see where you're coming from. You've helped me to join some dots also. So
I'm just hearing your story, and I'm like,
this anxiety that I told you about,
yes,
and this deep sadness I'm talking about now, all comes from childhood
yes.
trauma.
Okay.
All of it.
Okay. No problem. I've understood. You don't have to mention.
Now I understand also.
Oh.
And then I had to pretend that some of these things didn't happen. you know. And I had to be around people that were harmful to me and act like they are good to me. You know, and I'm not even talking about like my nuclear family, no.
Yes.
My mom, my dad, my siblings, no, none of that. But I was around some really evil people as a child. Really evil people. Now that I think about it. Relatives, bro. You have to be careful who you let into your home. Yeah. You can help people and they ruin your home, bro. Wow. Yeah. You have to be so careful. Who you allow around your people, your kids, you have to be so careful. So careful. Yeah, I had an auntie who was so reckless, man. There's a day she was just these people who just do her thing. Ajali, yani yuko tu kwa hii dunia. So when the house, she's cutting my nails, I was a little kid, and she was cutting my nails with a surgical blade. She's not even paying attention. Her head is everywhere. Bro, she sliced my finger. Maze nikalia, bro, mkono yangu ina bleed hivi, nasema, she told me, shut up. Akaninyamazisha maze, yani ile shut up ama nikupige. Bro, like my parents, everybody's in the next room. Na maze akaninyamazisha na hiyo kitu. You see? So I guess I learned to kind of tuck some things in that I shouldn't have. And whatever goes into you must come out. And it can come out the right way or the wrong way. So if things come out the wrong way, it becomes this darkness. Yeah. So now I understand the deep sadness and the anxiety as a child. Now I understand. So I'm floating through my childhood, carrying things I don't understand.
That's profound. The reason why I shared that, why I asked that question, is because I feel like from the story you had previously shared, your car should be driving on the lane. In fact, you had the, in quotes, before you shared some of the stuff, or even what you haven't shared, it's like you had the foundation to, even when you're seeing negativity coming, you're the one who should move.
Yes.
Now it's like you're seeing negativity coming and you're driving, you're moving towards, it's attracting you.
It's a pattern.
You get what I mean? It's like it's attracting you. Familiarity.
You see, even whatever is familiar is what you gravitate towards, even if it's chaos. This is what I've learned. Whatever is familiar. If you date crazy chicks, it's not, what Koi told me, it's not your type, it's your pattern. You go towards what is familiar.
Yeah.
So if let's say your parent was abusive and you meet a person who is like that, unasikia tu una gravitate towards it because it's familiar. Hii chaos ya mtu anakuja amelewa anapiga kila mtu. I understand that. Yes. Hiyo najua kudeal nayo. Hii kudeal na mtu mzuri mwenye anasema let's sit down and resolve. Resolve nini bana? Ngumi zitambe. See? Yeah. So the familiarity. Talking to you, man, that was so crazy. We are all prisoners of our childhood. It's nothing else.
How crazy is this thing?
It's nothing else. Nothing else. And this is one of the reasons why I'm military about my kids.
Yep.
My kids. Bro, mkiwesikia nimetingwa mali. It's because of my kids. Not because of money. Guys have jacked me. Guys have done me over money. My kids, bro. That one. Stakagi jokes. What they eat. With their mouths, with their ears, with their eyes, who they come in contact with. A lot of these YouTubers who are my buddies have never seen a microsecond on that TV where my kids are.
Yep.
Because you're in consumption, you're in food ya akili.
Yep.
Children, if a child can be wholesome, afiki ile age ya kuelewa vitu kidogo.
Where it's no longer foundational. Where it's no longer foundational.
Where it's no longer like core memories, like if you can shield your kids from the evils of this world up to a certain age, chances are they'll do great. I feel like. And if they mess up after that, they have a foundation to return to when the sense comes back to their heads. Yeah. That's why I'm so military with my kids, with what they're watching. Inakuanga mkali now kiasi. I give them freedoms because my daughter is growing older now. And the younger one is like also very keen. But I've done my best to make sure the pollution does not come into them. Because this world is full of sick people.
It is.
Bro, hii dunia iko na watu wabaya. Do you know? Na wako tu hapa na sisi. Shetani si mseo akona amevaa suti ya red anapiga malap.
Ana slay, bro.
Bro ako huku tu ndani yao watu. Kuna msee anaona mtoi anaona maziwa hii ni mali. You know? And it's people who are just walking out here looking decent like you and me.
What you've said is so powerful, and I think it's worth repeating. My wife is a psychologist, yes, and concentrates on children. So no, she doesn't do marriage counseling. I will not give her number for that. For children, you can DM.
And marriage counseling also is a bit overrated.
Yes.
If you guys can't fix it, a third party cannot fix it.
Ooh, bro, we're going to get there. Anyway, so one of the things she tells me, because I have 2 girls.
Okay.
She's like, the people, our kids going to sleep in other people's houses. My friend, you're going to wait a bit. And the people who come and sleep in our house, that's also another waiting issue. Because this is a Richie statistics, not hers. And my Richie statistics is 80% of sexual harassments, assaults, and all of those things are not done by strangers.
Richie statistics can't be far from the truth.
They're not done by strangers. It is the housey. It is the brother your brother who you invited on his way to flying out. It is when he went to sleep over at the same school. So we used to argue that in the beginning, but in the world that we live with, if you're not intentional about how you raise your kids, remember they've always been raised.
One way or another.
There's
it's you or it's the phone
or
it's
a vacuum.
Never.
Even right now, and I'll use this last example and then we go back into the conversation. Life is all a battle for attention. So right now, people are watching this CTA means I have managed to get their attention. I have won such a victory because this victory is competing against media houses, sleep, so many different things
yes.
that somebody could be doing now.
Yes.
For them to be sitting and listening and watching that's a battle that I've won of attention.
Yes.
You get?
Absolutely.
So, parenting, bra.
Hiyo haitaki jokes. Na ukishakuwa mzazi umekuwa mzazi. Kwanza now that I have girls, mazestakangi jokes. And with them, the convos are as plain as day. After my daughter pulled up on me, the candy akaniambia, Dad, I've also been lying to you. Nilisema history ya uongo.
Ishe.
Bro, I speak plainly with them about anything and everything. These stories, I talk to them about this at this age. Nifanyeni hivyo na watoi wenyu. Mimi, I'm the face of God to these kids. I never want them to feel they can't ask me something or tell me something. And I tell them, look, you'll do right and you'll do wrong your whole life. That's the pattern. And you have to do wrong to do right.
Sometimes.
That's
the pattern.
That's the learning.
Yes.
But the schools you're in punish you for being wrong.
Ooh.
You know? So this learning method is broken. It's for building workers. It's for building drones. This is Matrix 1, bro.
Dude, that is so good.
Yeah. It is.
Failure is a lesson.
It's the best lesson.
And it's the only way you will achieve the true goal.
How will you know if you don't do it wrong? How will you know to do it right if you don't do it wrong? There's mistakes that are like terrible mistakes you shouldn't make. There's mistakes you should learn from other people, not yourself.
Don't go and shoot somebody.
But hizi zingine za kujua life, you make like a bad matope doll, then you make a better one. But school punishes that. School kills creativity. School curtails thinking.
It calls it a failure.
Imagine, ati mtoi ameget kila kitu wrong unampea F, alafu watu wengine wanamcheka, alafu wazazi wake wanamwambia, you should do better. Instead of telling him, now you know what not to do. The guy who invented this bulb, how many bulbs did he make before he got to this one?
Yeah.
Many. That's the path to where we are going, getting it wrong. So I tell my kids, si ati tuonge hivi ndio mfeel I expect perfection from you. But let's keep it a stack. And what I know. I'll be wrong sometimes. But let's always have an open gateway so that when these devils come knocking on the door, my kids have the courage to tell me, Daddy, certain person said this, or certain person did this to me, without feeling that without being oppressed into silence, like what my auntie did when she sliced my finger and told me to shut up. Unaona? Because sasa nikaanza kumuogopa. Ile, mtu anaweza nipiga. Na mazeni niliumia mbaya na akanipiga bandage na akaniambia no, nyamaza na hiyo story. Na hiyo story ikaisha hapo. So that's what I want to avoid with my kids, you know. So yeah.
Okay. So let's break for 2 minutes. When we come back, we continue now from you finished KCSE with your C-.
The first time.
Oh, the first time. Hey, I like it. Sawa.